All right, welcome back to ESK8 UK live show. Today we're here with Bullet Bill, aka Jaden, and Michael Bryan. Basically all Canadians today, so yeah, let's see what everyone's up to.
Hey, you guys.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Trying to
Canadians
stay
took
warm.
over the show for today. Oh yeah.
All right,
What's your
so
temperature like up in Ottawa there?
Not good. It's been a terrible spring.
Mm,
I'm sure it's probably similar in Toronto. I think it's 12 degrees right now, so it's been
yeah,
a
barely.
I think the worst spring I've ever
yeah,
seen. Spring.
yeah.
Still feels like
Mm,
March.
mm
Anyway, it's got to be getting warmer. Can't be getting any colder. It's been
Yeah,
terrible, terrible,
hopefully,
terrible
hopefully
rain,
soon.
and yeah, we'll get
All right,
there.
what are you guys riding this season?
I'm on the X-Way V2, two-wheel drive at the moment. Gonna be four-wheel drive soon, and I got the aux pack on there, so extender range battery.
Nice.
All right, what are you running for wheels?
I got the just the stock tires. They're 160 millimeters, 50 millimeters wide, pneumatic tires.
All right. And Mike, what about you?
I just bought a new N1, but the new N1 Violet that has the Mad Wheels 125 Mad Wheels, which is a bit of a departure for me. I've been using pneumatics for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
My,
Mm-hmm.
my old board was I had an N1 before that as well, the OG N1 there,
Yeah.
and that one had the
Mm-hmm.
180 pneumatics. So I've been using pneumatics for a while, but I missed the urethane. That's what I started on with. I had an old Wowgo that I started on
Oh
a few
wow,
years ago.
which
That was my
one?
first board, just an old Wowgo 2S.
Uh,
So, but I missed that feel of the that. So I wanted to go back, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna the motor. I've got a motor gun on the old N1, so I'm putting new motors on, and then I'm gonna have both, so I'll be able to switch back and forth if I want to have a nice, more comfy ride. I can take the pneumatics, take the old N1, and the nice thing about the new N1, it's got a really good range. It's brand new as well, right? So that helps. That's why I was starting to. My other one still works really really well, but the range was starting to suffer, so I wanted to swap it out. So it's
but I mean,
a lot of
at
fun.
least
It's a
you're
nice
doing
board, though. I
something
must say, I
better.
really like the board. Doesn't have any lights on it. That's the only thing. I thought I had lights. I don't know how to go backwards, but I like the DKP. The new N1 has a DKP, so it's a nice change. I like to carve. I do a lot of carving, so
Yeah, same here.
nice for me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like carbon. I got DKPs on the Atlas there too. Really nice for carbon.
Hmm.
What's the range like on the N1 you got?
Awesome. I can go all evening, and usually I go down maybe a bar, so I can put like 20 kilometers, and maybe go down one bar. I can go 2 evenings and still have lots of yeah. So it's good. It's good. It's brand new battery,
Mm,
right? But also I think it's
mm,
new technology as well. It's the same size battery, but the board feels
mm-hmm.
heavier. So I don't know if it's because of I don't know if it's because of the Mad Wheels are heavier, or if the battery, even though it's supposed to be the same size, maybe the case may be heavier or something as well. I'm not sure what's going on there, but feels
Mm,
quite a bit.
mm,
I would say it's probably at least a good 5, 6, 7 pounds heavier than the old one. So I don't
mm,
know why,
Wow.
but it's a lot of fun. It's got lots of power. I like the DKP on it. That's a nice change. Only got about 300 kilometers on it so far, so
Ah,
it's been
so
too
he's still
cold.
breaking it
It's
in.
been too cold and too crappy to ride it. I get it every chance I can, but anyway, I probably have double on that if the weather was nicer. But
mm. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. All right.
What about you, Samson? What are you riding?
Mostly this board for now, just the AT2 with some 125s, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm sort of debating on wheels because
Mm-hmm.
the mads are nice, but I'm also like I like to keep a whole bunch of wheels, so like part of me is just like I want to try the radiums, see how they compare, longevity wise, grip wise, but I don't know. I might. might just keep on beating on these for now. But
Mhm.
also
Mhm.
gonna be riding on my Varil RS board. I'm waiting for hardware for that because I did a DIY battery, and
Mhm.
I don't know. I might put on some cloud wheels, but not sure which ones yet because they have a bunch of new wheels compared to they only had what the Discoveries before, and I think the Rovers, but like they're
Mhm.
smaller size wheels because the new ones look a lot cooler. You know, it's more options color wise.
Mm.
Yeah, I like.
I haven't seen any of their new stuff. I know they came out with the Rovers and then they had the Hydros. I think there
Yeah,
was another one that had rubber lined. I only
yeah,
have experience have like a little bit of experience with the Rovers, just briefly borrowing someone else's board.
yeah,
It's probably for like a week. My experience is only with the Discoveries though. Solid wheel.
yeah. I've
Solid wheel if you
tried it,
get
but
from
I
the
don't like
right
it in the
batch.
wet. In the wet and gravel, I don't trust it as much.
And don't
Honestly.
even you can't don't forget about riding cloud wheels in the wet.
Don't
Not
even
even a thought.
do it.
You're gonna be going like you got to be going like jogging speed max.
So I used to own an own board Zeus, and I had the
I
Madwheel.
have one of those dead in my closet right
Okay,
now.
mine is
Yeah,
mine is
yeah.
dead.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. Don't buy an overboard Zeus. No,
Oh,
I can't
boy.
say it hell. It served me mediocrely until it died. I was its second or third owner, so
I
but
had
yeah,
I had things always constantly coming loose. I was putting
yeah,
lot of Loctite on it all the time because
Oh
the bash
god.
guard kept coming loose and shaking off, and I don't know, little things like that. I found it a little bit annoying. It wasn't my
the
favorite thing.
deck screws. Did the battery the deck screws that hold the battery cover on? Did those come loose too?
No, those were okay, but
No, that's good
Okay,
to know.
those are the
mine
ones
were
that came
all
loose for
yours too.
me.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that came loose for me. I had truck snap drop me straight on my face at like
yikes!
50 kilometers an hour.
Shit.
Yeah.
I had a deck snap. I replaced the deck. I had a motor fail. When the
Oh,
motor failed, or sorry, I can't remember if it was an ESC that failed or a motor failed. When one failed, it caused an arc and a short that destroyed the connector on the other one. So I had to replace both of them. And then I
mine was
replaced both parts, and it still doesn't work. So I just put it away because I have a way better board now, and I've
It's
dumped too much
just
money into
It was a
it.
total money pit for me as well. I replaced the
Literally.
motor, and then I replaced motors, and I replaced this piece,
Hmm.
and I replaced the ESC,
Hmm.
replaced ESC, and then something else went. It was just like I
Yeah.
swear I spent more money replacing parts than I did on the actual board itself. So anyway, I'm
100%. 100%. 100%.
never buy another. Done with those.
yeah.
But anyway, going back to the clouds, I like the cloud wheels. I had 125 clouds, useless and wet. Don't even try it. But I really like them. I used them
Hmm.
I used them for a couple of years, and I loved them. I found them really good.
I tried.
Hmm.
I was running their 110 Rovers. I think it is. That's the one where it's like treading on the outside, similar to like a Mad Wheel, but
Hmm.
on the inside is still like the Cloud Wheel, I guess, core or whatever. And
Hmm.
those lasted one summer, and they're still on the board now. Like they're just sitting, but one crash and the whole inside of the core is just like completely like falling apart. And it
Mm.
was a pretty nice wheel. Like you could carve it and also get it to like like kind of stick out a bit, but otherwise like it was not a bad wheel, but doesn't last as long as like
Mine
the
started to come apart after a while. But I got my use out of them. But they started to separate after a
Mm.
while. I just replayed, just
yeah.
changed,
It
replaced.
feels like the
Hmm.
wheel's gonna crumble
So
under you when
before,
you're rolling, right?
I think if I had left it go long enough, it probably would have fallen apart while I was riding it or something.
Oh
But
god.
I don't know. I saw the writing on the wall and I just switched them out. But anyway,
That was the biggest problem I had when I was using cloud wheels because I swore by I used to swear by urethanes and then I swore by cloud wheels for a while and now I've kind of transitioned to pneumatics. But when I was riding cloud wheels, deep coring was like the biggest thing. I had that on quite a few sets.
Oh god.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shoot. Wheels wise for me, I've tried pneumatics and For me, it's simply just a fact of, I guess, kick pushing it. Like, not that I ever really need to. I mean, we're not gonna be kick pushing an electric board the whole way, right? But like,
Mm-hmm.
I've mostly stuck to, I'd say, urethane. It's, I don't know. I guess something about like it's just a bit more subtle. It's a bit more low key.
It's a
So
different
like
Mm-hmm.
feel for sure. You feel the
I feel like maybe it's part of it also being lowered to the ground. That's like part of me just like, wow, like this isn't, like fun on rails. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely understand that. Mm. It's a lot taller on pneumatics.
Yeah,
So it's a
even
lot. The response to the board is a lot different too, going from urethanes to pneumatics.
yeah, because I feel like for me anything bigger than I would say like 125, 130, it just gets too
Mm,
half the ground where it's like you're monster trucking when you got a kick push. Or even just
mm-hmm,
stepping off the board, it's like, damn, I gotta like really think about how I place my foot on the ground from here, or else I just. But
mm,
yeah,
mm.
I mean,
So you're both mostly racers. You do carving and racing.
no,
what's your style of
I know
choice?
Jaden, you're a racer. I'm not really much of a racer myself.
I am into the racing, but I love carving as much. I love off roading too. I was just I showed you guys my board earlier. It was all muddy, so I was just on the trails. I kind of do like a little bit of everything. I guess like a jack of all trades.
Nice.
Yeah, I
What
mean,
about you,
for
Off-roading looks like
me,
Samson?
a lot of fun. Mountain boarding looks like a lot of fun. I haven't really had an opportunity to really ride in those kind of conditions, so I haven't really pursued it. But it looks like a lot of fun.
I haven't really had a chance to try true mountain boarding because this is all my boards are just solid decks, it's like solid carbon fiber.
Yeah.
I'd love to try something with like some flex, like the mountain boards that have like the curvature, the
yeah,
downwards curvature in the deck, and you have
Oh,
your battery mounted up top. You can get tons of flex because you don't have electronics inside the deck.
that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
I haven't
yeah,
tried those,
no.
but they look like a lot of fun.
mm, mm,
I mean, for me myself, I would say I'm a carver, honestly, riding wise. But I've been slowly getting into off road to the point where now I'm like putting it together like parts list of like just mountain board components because I'm just like it looks fun and I don't have to worry about bottoming out. Just
Mhm.
send it off road.
mm,
No, like I guess second thinking or second guessing, just full send.
mm, mm. Yeah, that would definitely be. That sounds pretty fun. I still got to be like cautious with this. Like it's a nice board. I don't want to. Like I'll send it, but then I'm sad if I see a scratch on the carbon fiber.
Oh god, that's the thing about carbon. Like I've tried some carbon boards, and like a buddy of mine has I'm not sure what the own board's called. They have their carbon deck with like the oil slick trucks and stuff. And I've tried that. Like it
Is it the
feels,
Zeus? I think it's the
yeah,
Zeus. Yeah,
yeah. He has a
yeah. That's
Zeus
the one.
Pro
That's the one
something
we were
stuff.
just talking about, and both of ours are dead right now. Is his
Oh
running
my god.
still?
Yeah, his. I think
That's
the only
good.
thing that's
It's good.
happened was weirdly enough, his charger went out. Not the battery, just the charger itself. But he was under
My
warranty.
charger also went out on that
Mine
board.
too.
Oh my god.
Wow, 3 for 3.
Oh my god.
I have like I had a charger that looked like a bomb for like the
Oh my
longest
god.
time because I just like I had to like jimmy rig something out of like another charger to charge that board because the original charger went out on it too.
Yeah, but like I mean that's one of the few carbon boards I've really tried and I like the ride
Hmm.
feel, but it's just too stiff for long distance for me. That's how I felt about it. And like
Hmm.
since then I was somewhat being like, yeah, I'm gonna stick to like a wooden deck, even though I know like carbon it's not gonna like the chance of a carbon deck cracking is I feel like it's a lot lower of a chance, honestly. But yeah.
I mean, I've had it happen. Not with the. It was with It was on the Zeus again. Another strike for the Zeus. It's the only carbon deck I've had crack. But after inspecting it around the crack, it was pretty clear that it was just like poorly manufactured. Like the weave direction was not consistent, and but yeah, I'd say in general with a carbon fiber deck, you have a much lower chance of cracking. And I definitely agree with you that it's a lot harder over a long distance. I'd say you kind of it's a necessity to have pneumatic tires if you want to do any sort of distance riding with like a solid carbon fiber deck. Because street wheels with a solid carbon fiber deck is
Yeah,
just it's
he is
punishing over a
rattling
long
off.
distance.
Mm-hmm.
hmm hmm
What I've been somewhat like not I would say fully interested, but more so something that I've been happy to see at least is OMW boards. I'm not sure if you guys have seen
Yep.
like they have their whole like
Mm.
different levels of flex. Hey Fred.
Yeah, they got some really nice looking boards.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I
So
really like
Fred,
the fact that they have flexi carbon decks and such like that where like compared to most carbon boards, I feel like when carbon boards became a thing, it wasn't really so much of like a flexing. It's simply just like a super stiff deck, and now we're slowly getting into like more boards having like a bit of a flexy carbon deck. So like I guess it's innovation, and more companies like
hmm
somewhat just keeping the same formula just back to back. But yeah,
hmm hmm Yeah, definitely like to see innovation in the e-skate space for sure. What were you gonna say, Mike?
I was gonna say, do you guys ride together a lot? Is there a big group of you guys meet up much at all, or not too much?
yeah, I've ridden with Jaden what like a couple of times. Like I'll say, how many
Couple
times last
times,
year?
couple
Yeah,
times.
like a handful of times,
I'd
not too
say
much.
probably like maybe like 4 times, maybe. He's in Toronto, and I'm about 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours outside of Toronto,
Okay.
1 to 3 hours outside of Toronto, depending on the
Traffic.
traffic, because it's really a coin toss. You know how, but so it's not too often, but I go up there for group rides when I can.
Nice, nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Mm.
There you go. Any events coming up? Anything
Um,
organized? Any group rides or races or in the
Group
GTA?
rides.
Mr. PV community.
No,
What events we got going on?
I mean, there's not really. I'll say besides Sunset Cruise, I don't think much is happening until it gets properly just warmer.
Or
Honestly,
yeah, yeah.
because I mean
Yeah,
everyone's just
I
waiting
think
for it
it's
to
yeah.
like
kind of it. Nobody
properly
wants
hit
to
the
get out
warmer
of
temps.
cold.
But
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far, I know for AUCs they've had some events. But I think this Sunday there might be just traditional longboarding. But I mean, might see a couple of e-boarders here, but I
I
don't
might
think it's
check that out.
yeah, like it
Might
looks
check
like
that
a
out.
pretty cool event. I think temperature might be decent enough for it, so might be a good,
hmm
I guess, turnout of
Is
people.
it
But
board? Is it board meeting? Is it that one?
it's similar to board meeting, but I guess it's traditional skaters like new experience, whatever, and you're somewhat just
When you
riding
say
from one
traditional,
section
do
to
you
the
mean
next.
like popsicle decks?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh,
Where
okay, okay,
you
okay.
have basically all types of skaters, I guess, and it's just somewhat of like a chill event where you're mostly just, I guess, meeting new people, right? But it looks
Mm,
pretty fun,
hmm
and
Cool.
I mean, I think it happened last year. I'm not too sure, but I saw it this year, and I'm just like, yeah, I gotta check this out because last year I think I was
hmm
working on that day when it happened, so that's probably why I didn't know about it. But looking forward to it this year.
hmm That sounds interesting. That sounds interesting. I'm gonna ask you to remind you later. You gotta send me a post for that. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, 100%. Even I think what besides I know there's ESK8 Camp and Carve happening, and then
Mm,
besides that, I don't think there's much. I know sometimes there's it's not really like a proper event. It more so depends on the amount of people, but like there's the gear swap. Not sure if you've heard about that. Like
I
where it's
have.
mostly
I
just
have.
riders meeting up. Yeah, like that is not it's not too bad, but most of the time I feel like I mean boarding here like e-skaters is not that big of a community compared to like EUC. So like
hmm
it's a
hmm
handful, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's the only thing
Same
I
here.
know of
Same
that's
here.
coming up.
It's cool.
hmm
But yeah,
Hopefully, it picks up when the weather warms up. It's really torture being a skater or like really anything that's involves being outdoors here in Canada, unless it's a snow sport, really. Because we honestly we get 2 months. We get like 2 good months of like good. summer weather,
Yeah, it's
and we get 10 months of just meh.
Yeah, you go outside for
And don't
like
get me
10,
wrong, I like
15 minutes and you
snow.
start debating it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, I like snow. It's that in between that sucks, where it's too cold to do anything summery or outdoorsy, but
yeah.
there's no snow, so you can't do anything fun in the snow. It's just crap. It's just
And
crap.
that's like 3 months of the year. It's like that, so it's quite a bit. It's not insignificant.
Mhm.
Three to
Mhm.
four, 3 to 4
Mhm.
months, kind of in between. So it's anyway,
Mhm.
I
life in
mean,
Canada.
when it's cold, honestly, I do try to get a ride in, but then it's more so like I'm just like, yeah, I can't stay out for more than like 30 minutes at a time. I gotta like stop for like some coffee or something. But like
I
Mhm.
usually
even
go
then,
anyway,
it's
but
more so like I
it
get
takes
to
a
the point
while.
where I start questioning it. I'm just like, is this torture or is this like, like fun? Like somewhere in the middle.
Mhm.
At least we have
Mhm.
longer days now. It's not dark at 4 o'clock. In the fall, it's the worst. You can't go in November. I still go, but it's like
Mhm.
4 o'clock and it's dark.
Mhm.
I'm out on my
You gotta
skateboard.
keep the lights charged for that.
Yeah.
You really gotta love it to do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I like to go out at night. I was the other night. I got frostbite.
Oh yeah,
Mind you, middle of
just about to
spring,
ask about this.
I got frostbite on my fingers. Had gloves and everything. I just went for a night cruise.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, I honestly like I would say between day and nighttime riding, like most of my riding is around like sunset time, but like even now, it's like, oh
Mhm.
god, it's so
Mhm.
cold there. Real. I get to the trail, I'm just like, okay, this isn't so bad, and then like 40 minutes in, I'm just like, never mind, I'm going home. I'll just do this later, like
Yeah,
next week.
that's
Like,
how it goes. That's how it goes.
The only plus is if you wipe out, you're not going to get hurt as bad.
well, yeah,
Mhm.
Maybe.
Mhm.
It helps having 10 layers of clothes on when you wipe out. But
Yeah. Yeah. I used to skate all through the winter when I was younger. I don't know if my blood was warmer or what, but I used to skate all through the snowy season.
really, eh?
I was like wiping out on ice patches. That was before I switched to pneumatics too. So that was on like street wheels and cloud wheels. So that was fun, but I don't really go out as much in the cold anymore.
yeah. When I started, I
Mm.
think it was the same for me. Like I would ride pretty much, but then I guess it's also the fact that when I first started riding, I wasn't really riding for fun so much. It was more so just commuting. Not really much
Mhm.
else of like actual fun riding, but then eventually I'm just like, you know what? I'll start riding around, maybe explore some trails, and from there it's somewhat hit where I'm just like, oh, this is actually fun to do. Like, it's not just A to B sort of thing.
Mhm.
You guys ridden in
Mhm.
any other cities? Do you have like any favorite cities or anything you've ridden in? You've ridden outside like Montreal or anywhere else? Kingston or I don't know, anywhere?
I did a bit of riding in Quebec, and I did some riding in New Brunswick.
Oh, nice.
I
Yeah.
liked it there. Nice big open roads, some nice hills there. Mainly I like to ride in Burlington. That's not too far from Toronto.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite cities to ride in. Really nice roads there compared to Toronto, to Hamilton, to any of the surrounding areas. I'd
Nice.
say Burlington's probably like the nicest, smoothest roads you can get in
Sure.
this area.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's kind of like it's like a quieter, it's like a city. It's still a big city, but it's like a quieter city, more of like an older population. So it's a good place to ride. You can ride in the road as long as, you're being cautious and stuff.
Nice. Nice.
Mm.
For me, I've ridden a little bit in Mississauga. I like some of the back streets and trails, even New Market. I've ridden there too. And what I like about New Market is like traffic there. It's not like here. Like I feel like Toronto by itself.
Aggressive. Yeah.
There's a
Mhm.
lot of people always in a rush. So like it's like
Mhm.
you're at
Mhm.
least with one person
Trying to
who
inch a bit.
just
Yeah. Yeah.
has some sort of like rush where they get off the road or like something, right? But I feel like once you get outside of Toronto and like you start hitting like proper like I guess trails that are really far from the city, it gets
Mhm.
like just
Better.
therapeutic where it's like you could just carve, you could just go at your own pace and it's scenic, right? Like it's a vibe, I would say.
Mhm.
You don't have to stress as
Mhm.
much about what's
Yeah,
around
yeah,
you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
I try. I
Mm,
tend to go out a lot in the evenings and stuff like that. And I find it better. It's less traffic. I usually go downtown because it's more lit up and things like that. I'm just on the outskirts. Not like I'm in the city, but I'm in the suburbs of the city. So I tend to go
mm,
downtown in the evenings and stuff like that. And there's less traffic. And I know there's a few streets. I've got a few little neighborhoods and stuff that there's like super. I know where all the smooth pavement is and things like that. So I go hit those roads up, especially in the draw to like residential areas. So it's
mm,
quiet in the evenings, hardly any vehicles and things like that. So I got a few spots there, but I go to Montreal as well. I like Montreal. It's I don't like the bike lanes. I find the bike lanes people are right on your ass, and it doesn't matter how fast you're going there, and if you wipe out, and you're always worried if you wipe out, they're gonna fly over the top of you. I haven't, thank God, but I just like
mm,
the side streets and stuff like that in Montreal, like the quieter side streets and things like that. There's a lot of like murals and things around, street art everywhere. It's if you know the city a little bit, there's some cool spots you can. I go to probably once a month in the summertime. Every few weeks I go and go for a night or two.
mm.
I work in a hotel part time as well, so that helps, makes it a bit cheaper. So it's good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I get a discount on rooms there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's
Mm, mm.
good way to
I
do it.
mean, riding here, I feel like it's the same thing where you always have someone in the bike lane who's a
I
bit
don't like.
too close. I've had one guy even bump the motor of my board, and I turned back. I'm just like,
Yeah,
and then he's like,
very dangerous. Even
Mm,
vehicles, because like there's a bike lane in Ottawa that runs north south downtown, but
mm,
cars in when they're turning left, they're not looking
oh
for
god, they're just gonna cut
they're not
straight
they're not
into you.
looking they're
Just
not looking in for people coming, especially the people who are coming from behind them. So it's very dangerous. So I just tend to stay away from them because I had a couple of close calls, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm just going to just
mm.
better to avoid.
Oh yeah, Arizona sounds nice. I usually just skip the bike lane because one, all the debris from the road is in the bike lane because the bike lanes, like when the street sweepers go, they don't clean the bike lanes, so the bike
Yeah,
lanes are always just filled with debris that'll pop your tires and all types of junk. And two, I'm usually going too fast where I feel like it's reasonable for me to be in the bike lane. I feel like it's more reasonable for me to be with cars than it is for me to be with the bikes. So I find them. It's like it sounds. People I guess who don't ride don't get it, but I feel safer on the road, like in the flow of traffic, than I would in the bike lane for the exact reasons you said. People aren't looking for you turning, and if somebody does turn in front of you, if you're in the bike lane, you don't really have anywhere to go. You don't have time to react.
that's it.
Whereas if I'm in the lane, if I'm on the road in a lane, I can change lanes. I can go to the side if I need to. I have more room to maneuver and just,
100%. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
mm,
no, I feel
mm,
that. Sometimes what I do honestly is like sometimes depending on speed or where I'm riding, if it gets a bit sketchy in a bike lane, especially with debris, rocks, all that sort of stuff, I just hop into a lane, just I guess flow along with traffic, and then the moment I see the bike lane gets, relatively smooth, I just get back in and just keep going. Because
mm.
I guess it's also a thing of like some drivers, they just see a guy like go out the bike lane, and then it's like the road rage slowly starts to build, where it's like this there's a lane right there. Why is this guy in the street, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
some
Mm.
people like still like what's he saying?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with
Yeah,
Devin Corley
one
here.
second.
You don't have good visibility coming up to parking lots, like parking lot exits where cars are coming in and out, coming up to
Yeah,
Population.
you want to hit
intersections.
twice because of that.
Even pedestrians don't look when they're stepping into the bike lane the same way they're gonna look when they're stepping into the road. So even like people stepping off of the sidewalk out from like behind a corner or whatever. Yeah, I
100%.
totally agree. Not all around just bad debris in the bike lanes, poor visibility. Drivers aren't expecting you to be there.
Even
Need better
potholes.
bike
Don't forget the
infrastructure.
potholes.
I don't know the solution. Yeah, and the holes and the potholes. I don't know the solution because I'm not a city engineer, but I don't know. They need to figure something out.
Doesn't work. Yeah. No, I'm with you guys.
Well,
100%. I think we're all
you
on the
know
same
what
board.
I've had happen? Like
Mm,
honestly, one time the light changed, and like this guy goes to jaywalk, and then he stops, but then he stops in
mm,
the bike lane. I'm like less than 10 feet away from it. I'm just like, shit,
mm,
I have nowhere to go. I just got a brace because I'm about to hit this guy, and I basically like almost pick him up because I'm just like, shoot, man, like you could have waited like 2 seconds.
Ski mask, ski mask, and I just like took it back. And my helmet is probably like a size too big for my actual head size because I got the helmet. I've had these locks forever, so I got my helmet when I had the locks, and it was sized for the locks. But it's funny you mentioned that, man. I kid you not. Sometimes it takes me 10 fucking minutes to get my helmet on, just because like if I don't get my hair back the right way, like it's like crooked, like it doesn't sit properly. It's a pain in the ass the hair with the helmet. I wear a full face too. I wear a TSG pass, so it's a pain in the ass for sure.
No, that's something I've had to deal with also myself. Because during the winter time, I didn't cut my hair, so my hair is just going completely crazy. So like a couple of times, I realized that you know what, maybe I need to get something to deal with this, and I realized ski mask. Also, that
Mm,
works a lot better.
mm, mm, mm. Yeah,
That's it.
yeah. There's a lot of drug use in this city specifically, so sometimes they're not even aware they're in the bike lane. They're not even.
Don't know where they are.
You just gotta go on the road. You gotta always be aware. You gotta always be alert for anything that could happen like that, whether you're on the road or on the bike lane. Mm,
I would say what's like the weirdest thing you guys feel like has happened whilst you guys have been riding?
mm. Oh, weirdest thing?
Yeah.
Hmm. I had someone like really late at night, like at like 2 o'clock in the morning, pull up on me in a car, and they're like, "Hey, can I try your board?" I was like, "No," and they were like, "No, can I try your board?" And they gave me like a weird vibe. I've had lots of weird encounters like that. Usually late at night.
I had something similar happen to me. There were two guys on the side of the road at midnight, I guess. There were two guys, they
Mm-hmm.
were young guys in their probably 20s, and they
Mm-hmm.
yelled at me, said, "Oh, hey, hey, hey." So I started to go over towards them.
Mm-hmm.
Nice guy, whatever. And the guy was like, "Can I try your board?" And I could tell they were drinking. And I was like, "No, no, no. It's dangerous, whatever." And then the guy lunged at me and started like, I took off and
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
he was
god.
trying to grab me. And because I guess he was going to
Mm-hmm.
punch me and take my board or whatever. Anyway, I just accelerated super quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And says, "You're not
Mm-hmm.
fast enough, motherfucker." I don't know if I can swear. Sorry, but
Yeah, that's funny.
anyway, that was really weird. It was a close call, but
Yeah, that is close call. I'm a nice guy too, but not like past like 12 o'clock. Like, don't ask me to like try my board. Don't ask me
not
for
really.
directions. Don't ask me in the middle of the night. Don't ask me nothing. You go about your business. I'll go about mine.
That's why I was
In
a
the
little
daytime,
cautious.
if I'm
Yeah,
out, you ask me to try my board, and you're not intoxicated or whatever, I'll say yeah. I usually say yeah. I'll put it on, mode one. I like to spark interest in the sport in the community with people who are interested in it. But it's time and a place, the right context.
yeah, no, for
Yeah.
sure.
I mean, something I always do honestly is like the moment someone's like, well, I won't say just anyone, but the moment like most people are like interested in like, hey, like that's the electric like, yeah, you want to try? You could stand on it. I want to give them the remote because I learned the bad way before that. Yep, they'll just screw themselves over.
Yeah.
But I'll let them
Mm,
stand on the board and I'll like slowly accelerate to like it's just walking pace. And when they feel it,
mm,
it's like, wow, like this is so cool. I'm just like, yeah, like like it's not as hard as it looks. And if you feel wobble, or wobbly on the board, you could always just adjust your trucks, like. But yeah,
Two seven
mm.
foot elks.
oh my
Yikes!
gosh,
Wow,
That sounds scary.
2 7-foot elks.
That could do a number
that's
on you.
wild.
I've encountered some deer on my rides, never elk though.
Oh,
Never elk.
same here. I've seen like two or
Mm,
three, like crossing the trail, and then I just come to a complete stop because I'm just like,
Oh yeah.
just I don't want them freaking out and they run towards me because I'm not standing a chance.
they're
Mhm.
very
Mhm.
they're very spooky too. You need to be very careful with
Yeah, because they're like at the
deer.
smallest like snap, they'll like just just completely sprint off.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I've had a lot of rabbits as well. We've got a lot of rabbits here,
Oh
and
God, I've had too many close
in the
calls with
evening
those.
time, they dart towards. I don't know what it is. They're shifty. They dart towards me, like they run right towards the board. They see you coming, and they're like deer in the headlights. It's anyway. I haven't hit any yet, but thank God. My friend hit a gopher last year here in Ottawa on his
Oh,
ESK8.
on the board.
Yeah, yeah,
How
he
do you
flew
know
Is your
they're
right.
friend
gone?
okay?
Yeah, he was okay, and
Is the
he
gopher okay?
the gopher ran away as well, but
Oh, that's surprising.
but he don't know if he survived it or not afterwards. He ran off, but anyway, my friend went flying,
Mm.
but he was okay, but he got fright. That's for sure.
Mm. I was riding with my friend and saw a frog on the path, and I almost took me and him out. But the frog was okay. The frog was okay.
I think honestly, I've run over just one animal, and it was a snake, but it was so small. I thought it was a twig until I looked back. So I was like,
Uh,
that was a soft. That was not a twig. And I looked back, and I just see it.
Ah,
It's like, oh snap! I felt bad, but I mean, at the same time, it was
what are
alive.
you
So
gonna do?
at least
Yeah,
there's that, right?
mm, mm,
But rarely do I see snakes when I'm out riding. I feel like it's like a low chance.
mm, mm,
Yeah.
for sure. Usually see skunks more than snakes.
Oh God, and raccoons. At least over here for me.
hmm
Mm,
Yeah.
out footage.
footage. I gotta
Maybe
watch
he can share it.
that. Yeah, I gotta
Did you
check
get
that
it?
out.
Did you get it, Suki?
I
So you guys
guess.
doing
Yeah.
any riding the weekend? Too cold for you?
Um, I might
Pardon?
be doing some riding.
Doing any riding this weekend,
Oh
or
yeah.
too cold, too crappy?
I haven't checked the weather. What's it looking like, Samson? Is it gonna be
Oh,
a
I'm checking
warmer
right now.
weekend?
I'm like
Yeah,
itching to
check right
ride now.
now. I'm probably gonna ride regardless for sure. But I've been out the past few days and it's been crappy. But at
Yeah,
least I got out.
next couple of
Got to
days are
ride
gonna
still.
warm up, so
I go
I
unless
think
it's
it's
raining.
it's only gonna rain a little bit, but otherwise, like I think from the 1 2 days it should be sunny, like 20 degrees, low 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd say like
Mm-hmm.
more than rideable as long as it's not super windy. Because like on a day where it's like 20 something, you go out and it's windy, like it
Mm-hmm.
still feels super cold. But hopefully, like fingers crossed, it doesn't get super windy. But should be warm next couple of days, hopefully. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My first ride of the season. As soon as I got outside, put my wheels on the ground, it started raining. And I went anyway because I was so mad. I had already gotten all geared up, charged all my lights and everything. I was like planning to be out for a bit, and I ended up like taking shelter in a tree. I like climbed into a tree. I found like a tree, like the limbs were like that. It was a perfect hammock, and I just put the board under the tree and just waited out the rain for I don't know, probably like 40 minutes, just laying back in the tree. So I still got to ride. The rain couldn't stop me, man.
No, for me, first ride, at least for me, what happened was my wheel popped off because I did no maintenance. I was so excited to ride. And I had my
Mm,
bearing just like completely snap off. And I was like, oh shit, I forgot to do maintenance. Because I was
mm,
like working on my other boards, I'm not going to lie. And like when I took this thing out, I was just like, oh yeah, it's not that far. It's only like a 15-kilometer loop. And then I got like two
mm,
kilometers in. It's going uphill, and I hit a hole and just boom. I heard my truck
mm.
just scratching, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And I looked down, and I see my wheel start passing. And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Man,
But at
not
least I
what you
didn't
want to
go
see, a
down.
wheel
But
coming past you.
yeah, it was funny the way it happened, and like just the way it happened so quickly. But I was surprised I didn't get sent off. But yeah, that was
Mm,
my first ride of the season.
mm. First ride's always a good one. Man, you lost the wheel. I've had three flat tires this season already. The
Oh my
first one,
gosh!
The first one, I was riding a trail, and I literally thought to myself as I was going down the trail because the rocks were like they weren't loose; they were like embedded into the dirt, and they were all so jagged and sharp. I was like, "This looks like 10 million flat tires waiting to happen." But I went down anyway. Sure enough, I got a flat tire. The only tubes I had were tubes that have been sitting for I don't know how many seasons, so the rubber on there is probably just gone to shit. So I've had like 3 flat tires this season. That's the one thing that sucks about pneumatics.
Yeah, ouch. See, this is why I'm scared of pneumatics because I hear stories like this and I'm just like, "Yeah." Because like I mean, with urethanes, I don't really pack much wheels wise. The most I just think about is just belts, or I'll
Hmm.
carry the occasional one or two extra screws. But I mean,
At this point,
extra
I just
small.
carry a whole extra tire. I
Okay.
carry a whole. I have a rim with a tube and a tire. I just keep it inflated and mounted. I just carry a whole spare wheel because I can't be bothered to try to pop the thing open and change my tube in the field.
Yeah, I feel that.
It's a good idea, actually. I don't do that, but it's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean,
No,
obviously,
The
I've
only thing
learned.
is, you got to
I've
buy
learned
a
to
whole
do
set
it
of
I run
wheels.
my
I don't
car
know.
and I do the whole switcheroo and everything, but it's nice to have it. Maybe that's what I'll do. Have a full one
Hmm.
ready to go.
Hmm.
Less downtime too.
Hmm. Hmm.
Well, for
Yeah,
me,
I just strap
honestly,
it right to the top of the board.
yeah,
Nice.
Looks
well,
cool
that's
too.
even faster. Shoot, I keep mine in
Spare
my bag.
tire.
Well, I was going to say that's a
Mm-hmm.
nice thing about the Mad Wheels this year. Don't have any flats. Don't have to worry. Never checking air pressure.
Yeah,
Nothing
you
like
just gotta
that.
Hmm.
pack light
So
pretty much.
that isn't a nice advantage. So I've been using, like I said, I've been using the pneumatics for the last couple of years. So haven't had to use
Hmm.
the compressor at all or check the air pressure or none of that stuff. But anyway, I'll
Hmm.
have my second one. I'll have two on the go soon. One with pneumatics and one with the clouds, or one with the urethane Mad Wheels. So
Hmm.
nice to have
Hmm.
both worlds, depending on where you're going. You know what I mean? Nice to have different options.
Michael,
Hmm.
seems good
Yeah,
for
I
I just
like
need
a
me.
I need
variety.
a couple more boards and a couple more different types of wheels. That's all. As soon as I get more money.
Yeah, I used to have a good variety, but all my boards are dying. I had a Meepo Mini 2 ER. That's dead right now due to motor went out. And the Zeus, we were talking about the Zeus earlier. The Zeus, I had it on Max for a while, but recently, now that I have the X-Way, I
Yeah.
had the Zeus on hollow wheels. So it's kind of similar to the Mad Wheel. It's like a street wheel, but it's supposed to have more grip than a normal street wheel because it's like a rubber formula on there. But I'm just down to the X-Way for now. But I definitely, when I can, I like to have a variety of boards. I like to keep a short board. I like to keep a longer board on pneumatics, one on street wheels. Different tools for different tasks.
That's it.
Oh yeah,
That's
one
it.
hundred
Hmm.
percent.
Hmm.
I mean, I have a couple myself, but I would say out of all the boards I own, about three and a half are running.
Yeah,
But like I
yeah.
have. Let me
I didn't
see.
even mention. I didn't even mention some of the other half dead projects I got in there.
No, I mean I feel that I have like I think what my Max Find FF's running. Even though I try to kill that thing, but hub boards, I swear, when you're tired of them, they just don't die. Like they just stay running. But
Hmm.
I pretty much have that running. I have for reals running components wise, but it's just missing some, I guess, hardware. Uh,
Hmm.
while goes running, I have a board that I have to send back to a manufacturer.
Which
What's
one's
the
that?
it's this thing right here. So this one is
What is that?
yeah, it's like a Beast Boards mini. Like it's like a surf skate, but I didn't get the one with the actual surf skate trucks, but
Mm.
it was more
Okay.
so just a proper last, I guess, last mile board before I got like my other shortboard running. And
Mm.
even that one, I got it running, but recently I let it sit for like over a week, and I'm guessing because I used the old set of batteries that
Hmm.
like those batteries are probably close to the end of their lifespan. Because now I gotta order a new battery again. So
Mm.
Yeah, the
Mm.
sucky part of having multiple boards, I guess, where like, if you're not riding enough of them, one battery is just gonna die, or you're gonna have ESC problems, or like something's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're not shelf stable.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's like you gotta properly be riding them enough, but like
Mm.
Mm.
gonna probably
Mm. That
downsize them
is
to like
somebody should I don't know how it would be implemented. Somebody should like same way you can have like a trickle charger to maintain your car's battery
that would be
when if it's in
multiple boards.
storage. There should be like a charger that can discharge and can charge the battery, so that you can just leave it plugged in all the time,
Mm.
and it would because you don't want your battery fully charged for storage. Like you're not supposed
Yeah, yeah,
to.
yeah.
You're supposed to store it around like 60%. You guys know, so it has room to discharge. So it'd be nice if there was like a charger that could keep it. I mean, I think it is. It exists, but it'd be nice if it was something that was included standard with boards. Like
No,
if
what,
more
what I
companies are
what I
starting to
do
implement that.
honestly is like instead of doing that, I guess, or just like some most people, I guess, is just turn on the board, let it run a couple minutes or whatever. For me, in the
Yeah, that's
wintertime,
how I
like I
do
would
it.
take it out for like maybe like a 2 block ride of just like back, and then like just I guess it's
hmm
less than like 200 meters, but at least like that way, I feel like with the added weight on top, it's like properly making the motor actually like put in that specific amount of power. But
Yeah, you're pulling more current because it's weighted, so it's
yeah,
definitely it'll put more load on the battery than just running it upside down.
Hmm.
yeah, but pretty much that's what I do, and it works. I mean, you gotta suffer a bit in the cold, but otherwise, it's not too bad.
hmm hmm hmm
Yeah, but mostly thinking of downsizing and probably just getting some more. I would say just reliable boards, honestly,
hmm
because I feel like if
hmm
I ride one board too long and I go to ride another board, when I'm just like, oh, I miss how this board felt, I'm gonna take it out for a little rip, and I get on, and it's like, poof, problem out of nowhere. So then it's like, gotta go back to riding the one board.
hmm Yeah, I'm gonna definitely ask my sponsor if they can get a short board over to me because I like this thing, but it'd be nice to have something like lighter weight. If I'm just gonna go, down the block or something.
That's the main reason, honestly, for me to like even get short boards again. Because it was a point where I just got rid of all of my short boards, and I'm just like, nah, I don't need it. Like I'll be fine without it. And then like a couple weeks later, a couple months later, I'm just like, shoot, I need to go to the store, but I don't want to walk, and I don't want to take my longboard because it's like, you gotta properly pull it behind you. You gotta like put it in the cart or something when you get to the store, right?
Mm.
Like a short
Man, I
board, like
live in an apartment, so I gotta lug this thing down the stairs. I gotta
oh,
lug this thing down a flight of stairs. It's like a fucking 50-pound board.
oh my
It's
god.
not. It's not even worth it if I'm just going somewhere close.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The only thing is that like
Cookie's
when
back with us. I see. Welcome back.
the brief.
Did I wonder if she got the video? If she got the video going? She got the elk video going. I kind of wanted to see the elk video. I was waiting on that. I was waiting on her to
Let's see
screen
how
share that.
fancy they look,
Check
like up
your
close.
email, Stookie, or something. Check something. It was sent to you. It was sent to you somewhere. That's the intel I have.
What I mostly want to see is like just I guess softer wheels for most short boards because like I feel like especially with like really trash streets over here, like even with
Mm,
like some like I would say like 90 something wheels, like yes, there might be soft ones like if you're on like a properly smooth I would say like paved street, but the moment you get to like the rough stuff, you're like, oh god, I wish I had like some softer wheels or I was on a different board. But yeah,
mm. Oh, MacBook, no worries. I agree with you there. I think the problem is the short board is, and I disagree with this. I disagree with this a lot, and I think it's stupid. But the short board is looked at as like an entry level beginner board, and the reason I
yeah,
say
yeah,
that's
yeah,
stupid
one
and I
hundred
disagree
percent.
with it is because it's one of the hardest electric skateboards to ride. Like a shortboard, especially if you're new, a shortboard is a lot more unstable.
I feel like it requires
especially at
more
speed
skill.
than a longboard. Absolutely, absolutely. And I disagree with them being called a beginner board because I'd say a shortboard actually has more potential to do things that you can't do on a longboard. Like you could take a shortboard, you could take a longboard to a
Yeah,
skate
most
park
most
too. Like I've ripped a
multi-kickers, like you
longboard.
could actually maneuver a lot better too. Like that by itself is like just
Mm,
something that makes it a lot more worth it.
mm, mm. But the point I was making is that they're looked at as like beginner, like entry level boards. So I don't think from a company perspective it makes sense to put the engineering into making like a super soft, comfy wheel to put on like their base level board.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, but hey, who knows? Maybe there's unreleased boards that are gonna be released, and we're gonna be joyous about it. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because so far all I think is mostly happening is you maybe have like cruiser like mini boards ish that are coming out slightly bigger batteries, but even then, like I mean, most people won't want to ride a shortboard super far simply because I guess lengthwise and comfort.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I think like all it all it is just putting the effort in because like some boards like you ride some short boards and like some boards for example they might feel a bit uncomfortable if you ride 10 kilometers might hop onto another short board and you do 10 kilometers and that feels like nothing like like and you're just like wow I could just keep on riding.
I used to do a 20-kilometer commute, 20 kilometers there, 20 kilometers back on
Yeah,
a short board. I used sometimes I would ride like 50 kilometers on that thing. It was the Meepo Mini 2. It's dead right now. I had a custom battery built for it, an extended range battery, so I could just swap out the stock one and keep going.
yeah.
But definitely punishing still. Definitely punishing still. Trying to is hub motor too.
Oh
So
yeah,
mm,
I could
mm,
imagine because I used to have my for real mini and that thing too was a short board but it was hubs and I felt like that thing was too powerful for its size because like in the fourth speed mode, like you fully like hit that accelerator and you're like popping up the front end, or if your foot's not placed properly, you're like getting jerked forward and you're almost fighting
mm,
just to stay on the board, right? And like even though now there's like more powerful boards, like whether it's long boards, short boards, or whatever, like I feel like that's where like you're gaining that extra experience and like you're properly like with a shortboard, you just ride it differently, like a lot more differently, like
mm,
insane.
mm.
Even like turning radius, you can have your truck set up like the same way on like a longboard, but on a shortboard, it just feels like I don't know. It's I guess maybe it's the length, it's the lightness, it's a lot of factors.
Feel more nimble or
Mm,
something about it, a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
mm.
Almost to a
I
point
feel
where
like
like
you're better
depending on
suited
your
on a
setup,
shortboard if you have sorry?
no, I said it's almost to the point where like depending on your setup, it could just go from like being like super nimble to just being like fidgety. But it's like
Mm-hmm.
a fine
Mm-hmm.
balance.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I think better suited on a shortboard if you have like some downhill experience because it's more akin kind of like the meta in downhill right now is like tiny little shortboards.
Reliability or control.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Range. Yes.
Oof.
Range for me, I think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
not so
I'm
much
range.
not a
the
big
range.
speed freak,
Yeah,
so I like speed, but I'm not a speed freak. So I would say range is my, and
I'd say range.
that's why I like the N1. The N1's got bang for buck. I don't think you're going to find a better range as far as I'm concerned. From what I've seen, anyway.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I love my Ace deck. I find the customer service is really good, and but the range, like for what you're paying, you're not. It's bang
Mm-hmm.
for buck. It's a really good board. It's a really good board.
Mm-hmm. For me, I'm gonna pick two because it's a triangle. It's a triangle. It exists on a triangle because you can't have all three of them. You
Oh yeah,
can't have you can't have range and speed slash power. I'll put those in the same category and transportability. But you can have two of them. You can have a board that has great range and it's compact, but it's not going to be powerful. Or you can have a compact board that's super powerful, but it's not going to have a lot of range. But anyway, my two, I'd say are range and speed because I love power. Like I like to go just full throttle off of like every stop sign, every stoplight. And when you're doing that, you need battery to support that because it just drains the battery on any board. So I think range and power for me, and I'll sacrifice the portability.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hear
I'd say
you.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um,
portability is my
Yeah.
least important for me probably, but I don't know.
Mhm, mhm,
Depends on where you're riding and
for me, I would
mhm.
say
what your lifestyle is. I
speed
think
is a factor.
for that.
For
Sorry, go
me,
ahead.
like you know what it is. I feel like anything above 40 something, that's where I'm just like, okay, that's a like some boards it might feel fast, but I mean, if you have a board that's I guess really light and like has decent range, you're also probably not going to be going super fast because like if a board's too light and you're hitting potholes, you're just going to be getting more airtime than you are going to be like pavement, like you're just going to be
Hey
in the
man,
air.
you see, I don't know if I rode with you when I was running the Meepo Mini 2,
Oh
but
yeah.
anybody that rode with me will attest. I was keeping up with the ESDs and stuff. I used to go like 50. I pushed 60 on that down a hill. It's
But that
definitely
that is
sketchy.
still wow because it's like you're fighting to keep it planted
Were
because
you
it's
getting
so
air?
light.
You gotta. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying earlier. You're better suited on that if you have downhill experience, because those are even lighter, right? Because they don't have any electronics on them. So if
Yeah.
you have like the proper stance, the trick is just keeping yourself really low to the board. And
Mm,
as the board squirms and bounces and skits over the road, you can keep pressure on it with your legs, like works like suspension.
makes
So
sense.
that's you just staying locked in. It's the only way you're gonna stay on the board.
Yeah. Okay, I have one question for you guys. I'd say what's one thing that you hope happens in the e-skate industry in like the next, I'd say like 4 to 5 years.
I hope it gets really popular. I hope it
Yeah,
gets really popular. So there's like more races, more. As you guys know, ESK8 was canceled this year, just
yeah,
because a lot of the big companies like there's just not enough interest. There's not enough funding going around. So I'd love if there was like an explosion of popularity in Eastgate, and it became like I don't want to say profitable because it's for me it's not about like I don't obviously don't care about the profitability,
yeah,
but
yeah,
like profitable because that's what the companies care about, right? And at the end of the day, for like the bigger events, a lot of the times it's on like the companies to bring the money and the funding and stuff to get it all together. So it'd be nice if it just became more recognized and stuff, more people into it.
yeah,
No, I'm with you 100% on that. That's why
Mm,
I started my website just to try and break down the learning curve for people because I think you know it's a scary thing for people who look at it, and a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I'm too old," or "I'm too unbalanced," or no, not
yeah.
really.
hmm
I've had some
Anyone can learn
people
this.
honestly tell me
I
that
was
they're
old.
gonna
I
get
was
hurt.
40 years old, and I was unbalanced when I started too. But but
hmm
it's just a scary thing for people to start. I think, but it's we need to find a way to get maybe people to overcome their fears and their apprehensions and their misconceptions maybe about Eastgate.
hmm
Yeah, I think
hmm
honestly, well, for me, what I would hope is like somewhat similar to I guess just one aspect of EskateCon where it's more so getting to try boards. I guess it's somewhat of like a demo thing or demo and like training sort of like mixed into one where it's not just you try like say for example one specific board because
hmm
like I mean different size riders, different style boards, right? So like my thing is hoping that like it's in a like somewhat of like an event where it's not just in one country, it's like worldwide where you get to try multiple types of boards. You like basically see the differences, feel what you like, what you don't like, because then
Mhm.
that way, as a beginner, you're more likely to even like want to try or get involved, right? Like if it's not just like one style of board.
Mhm. Mhm. More variety, more demos. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like there's like the culture of that just if you go to any group ride, if you ask anybody to try their board, 90% of the time they're gonna say yes. Especially because everybody at a group ride is like a rider that has their own board, so there's a level of like they're gonna respect your equipment. You know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
Yeah, demo and ride events coming soon. Oh yeah, oh yeah,
So I guess
some
maybe it's
demo events in the UK.
yeah, but I mean, I guess if it's something that needs to happen more here, I would say, because like I feel like North America, like I feel like ESK, like at least well, Canada mostly, I guess for us, where it's not as big, where you don't have much happening, I guess events and
Hmm.
demo wise, but
Hmm.
it would be nice and like even like some like other places where like say for example if you were to be in like Africa.
Oh, I think we got the elk video.
Finally, let's
Oh
go.
wow, that's crazy.
He's big. He's huge too.
That's crazy. Came right up to you guys.
Wow, size of a car.
Came right up to you guys. Yeah, run that one more time.
The size of that thing. Wow.
He's just looking, just observing. He wanted to get a better look. He heard you guys coming down the street. Man, if he was like 6 inches or 6 feet to the side there, though, that could have been. I wouldn't want to hit a elk on my board.
Yikes! You just wake up in the hospital.
Mm.
But no, talking about like accessibility for Eastgate, be nice if you could like
Mm.
I understand the challenges and why it doesn't exist, but be nice if you could rent them or something like that. But I can understand why it's not profitable and why it doesn't exist and
Huge liability.
liabilities.
Huge
There's
liability is the
a
biggest
million
thing.
reasons why not. But I was in Miami a couple of years ago, and I was like, I looked around, and of course, I was like, it'd be great to be riding Eastgate down here, but it was nothing to rent. Apparently, in Daytona, there's somewhere you can rent them. Apparently, that's true. But
Even here, like I think they started doing it like maybe like a handful of years back. Where I know for e-scooters, it's a thing where it's like there's like e-scooter tours, right? Like where you don't necessarily have to be a e-scooter ride. You just show up, you get like a view of the city, whatever. You go on a like I don't know, like 10-kilometer loop where you see like scenic spots or whatever. Something like that could even be done on a board, and that would be fun. Like
yeah,
I was just I've seen a few, but I've seen a few rentals, but it's
I
not
feel like they don't
popular.
really last long when they do rentals. Like it might last maybe 1 or 2 years, but not much longer.
like I
Which
said, I
The problem
understand
is
that
the
everybody
barrier to
doesn't work for it,
entry.
but yeah,
yeah,
I
It's the
understand.
barrier to entry. Like anybody can hop on a scooter. You have handlebars,
That's right.
and you see the people on the rental scooters like shaking
yeah,
down
they're
the
just
road
like
at 10 kilometers an hour. Have you seen someone especially someone who has no skate experience at all? Have you guys seen someone who doesn't have any skate experience try to ride an electric skateboard? It looks like a baby giraffe, like walking for the first time.
Yeah,
So it's just
it
the
doesn't work.
barrier to entry is just too high.
yeah, that's very much true.
Yeah, it's a big challenge, but
Mm.
I mean, what's that company? Uditer boards. They came off a board that
I've
had like
heard
the
of them, I
little
think.
handle attached to it, and
Oh, that
that's one way
thing.
to
Oh
try.
my god. Oh, it's terrible. Terrible. Horrible.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
taking like the worst aspects of both things and just merging them together.
I swear to God, there's a person here. Somebody told me about it, and I saw them afterwards. There's somebody here who has
Mm.
an electric skateboard, and they put a milk crate on it, taped it on or whatever, and then they had
Uh-huh.
and then he installed handlebars on it, so they're sitting on it using their electric skateboard like a scooter.
That's
I
funny.
didn't believe it until I
I
see
mean,
it.
I sit
It
on my
actually
board
is-
sometimes and I just use it as a go kart. That's pretty funny though, to go the whole 10 miles.
I don't know how they don't die because I don't know how it stays stable. But anyway,
Interesting for
they're
sure.
not young either. It's like an older man. He's probably in his 70s.
Hey man,
You
you
know,
gotta do what you gotta do to keep riding, I guess.
good for him.
Hmm.
It's an interesting setup. I have to run relatively soon, folks. I've got an appointment at 7 downtown. I'll stay with you for a few more minutes here, but just
Oh yeah.
I got
All right.
5-10
Yeah,
minutes.
we could probably wrap things up soon. I mean, do you guys have anything else that you guys would want to talk about? Like,
I think we covered everything. I guess we could tell people to check out the video that me and you just posted on his accounts up here on the screen, PEV community.
yeah,
Mine's Wake and Skate. Wake underscore the letter N underscore skate. But other than that, guess wrap it up. Get you off to your appointment, Mike.
If you guys are ever in the Ottawa area, make sure you give me a shout. I'll show you around the city a little bit. I don't
yeah.
know.
There's
Oh
a good.
yeah.
I've been looking
In
at ride
Ottawa, but,
some new places, so
yeah, well,
there's
there
a
you
good
go.
Thank you,
chance.
Suki.
By yourself here for sure. Let me know, and I'll show you the city a bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Absolutely.
We can skate. There we go. Sweet, posted it.
Appreciate that, Suki. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we got Mike's account, or Mike's it's your website, o'brienskate.com. I'm gonna check that out when we're done here.
All right. So I would say thanks everyone for joining us, and yeah, safe riding, and well, I would say happy 2026, but we're somewhat deep into it now. But yeah, safe riding,
Mm-hmm.
everyone.
Great chat, guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
be in touch.
Thanks for coming